All right, so we're gonna start out. First video, guys. Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna start doing beat breakdowns, beat tutorials, stuff like that. So first thing we're gonna do is Joey Trapped and Tokyo's Revenge from Trapped in Tokyo album. We're gonna do G's. It's like a super simple beat. We made it just like super fast. We were really just kind of focused on just making something for the studio. We needed to get something fast that was easy for Tokyo to rap on. So we started out with this sitar loop right here. I'm gonna play it for you. So just a super simple splice loop, just some sitar loop. So I mean, Cliifford likes to use sitar a lot when he makes his beats, and that's kind of like Tokyo's little sauce. So we started out with that sitar loop off. I'm pretty sure it was off Splice, and then I threw in this other, I forget what kit that's from, but then I threw in this perk shaker right here. And the perk shaker just kind of gives it a little like dance vibes and like Middle Eastern type of vibe, you know? So that comes in on the intro. What I did to the sitar loop is I put on, there's this cool plugin called FabFilter Micro. I don't use it that often anymore, but it's a cool like little micro filter. So I threw that on top. So it's not like this. This is without it. So it just dulls it down a little bit instead of being so bright. It just dulls it down. It leaves kind of room for these perks to come through because they have a lot of high end. So that just left a lot of space for that. And then, where is it? There it is. I cut out a lot of the low frequency around whatever, just like 272 hertz, I guess. And then just dip down the mids a little bit. Okay, so after that, after those shakers I put in, we needed to do like some like cool type drums that made it still kind of feel like Middle Eastern and real. So first thing we put in, let's see if I can solo, was this clap. So this is like a super real clap. It comes from the same kit as the sitar loop. Shouldn't even be panned. And that clap literally has nothing on it. It's not even in the mixer. A lot of the times I do a lot of leveling. I don't even do a lot of mixing. That's like a good tip for anyone who wants to learn. Like, I mean, leveling is kind of like the biggest, the biggest thing you need to know how to do. And then I put on another layered clap that's slightly leveled. It's kind of like a little bit like, I don't know. It's not as like high frequency. It's a little like fatter, a little like more low frequency. So I stack those. It just kind of gives it a nice little bounce. And so that on top of the sitar is like... Okay, so you got the claps first. So that kind of gave it like, that gave it a little like Middle Eastern vibe. It wasn't like a trap beat, you know what I mean? So we kind of wanted to go for that. Second thing I put in was, usually what I do is like, I like getting the groove with the 808. And like, to be honest, if I were to go back now and do this beat, I wouldn't have, like, I don't like how this 808 sounds in the final product, but I mean, this is what I used at the time. Oh shit. This is what I used at the time. It's just like literally like an 808 sound from an 808 TR-808 drum kit. So like a drum machine. I just shortened it because I just wanted something clean to like bounce. So it's like, so it only happens for the first half. And so what I did next was just put in, this is from actually me and PJ's drum kit, which is out now. You can purchase it. You just got to DM me or contact my manager. It's selling for like $50 right now. But me and PJ Beats, shout out to PJ Beats, we made this drum kit. And so it's a hi-hat from there. So I put the hi-hat in. So as you can tell, also like not a lot of these drum sounds, like you can see right here, not a lot of the drum sounds are even in a mixer. None of them are. Like literally none of the drum sounds are in the mixer. They're all leveled. So that's a big trick when I make beats, just because I make them really fast. It's all leveling. It's all sound selection. So I just pick sounds that sound good already. They don't need much mixing. They just need leveling. So I did that. What did I do next? This is what the fuck is this? Did I put this in here? Jesus, I guess I put this in here. All right, next sound is this little scream. Me and Cliiifford be using like super crazy sounds when we make beats. So this is like some scream, I guess. So I guess I put that in there, or maybe Cliff did, but that happens like right here. And again, that's just low in the background, just kind of like a texture. I don't know if I would have thought to put it in, but it made it in there. So next sound is this like big brass EDM sound. Big brass like EDM sounded cool on something like Middle Eastern like this. Kind of sounds like a dance beat. It doesn't really sound like a trap beat. So I put that in there just like this. I'll show you it soloed. Just literally every 2 bars or whatever. It's just literally just on the hits. So all together, so far, it sounds like. And keep in mind, like, we didn't even make this on speakers. This was literally made on like this was made on like, I think my like Apple AirPods. I made this shit on. So like it was very fast. Next thing we made was we put in this kick, I guess, that originally, let me just copy this. Originally sounded like, but I brought down the master pitch. So it was a little deeper. And so we stack that on top of the 808. And again, this is just leveled. So it sounds like this. So I just gave it like a little bit of bounce, some of the little velocity dips just to accentuate and give it a little more bounce, make it sound a little more real. So that's what that sounded like. And then the next thing we did, what is this? I don't think that was originally in there. Bro, I'm telling you, we put in random ass fucking sounds. Okay, so we have the kick. This is me and Cliff just be on like, we're really just like sound selecting just random stuff like all the time. Like what is this? This is a little percussion we put in there, so that goes like this, the melody. Just adding a little swing. I think Cliff put this in here. And this little sound, which is like a little percussion, like a little Foley sound. So this goes. Let's see if I can put it together. Just gives it a little swing. All these little percussions give it like a little swing. Did it need them? Not really. Looking back at it, but again, we were just fucking around. So. Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much what the beat sounds like. And then we went out to, once we had the drums kind of in place, we'll loop a section and make drums to it, and then we'll move on to like we'll just fuck around with the sample and just change it up. So one part is just like deeper. So it's just pitched down, and it has the. as you can see, I mean, it's like it's really simple. Like, and there's not much change in the melody. Yeah, it just has that little drop down, and other than that, like the shaker comes in and out, and that's pretty much it. But there's on the master channel, usually what I do, this is like a big tip for a lot of my producers, is I produce. You guys always ask like how to make your shit smack and like how to make everything like hit harder. So I just make sure everything's not clipping, like everything's just like chilling, and then I'll usually throw a limiter on top of it, and here I can like, so this is with like no limiting, just making sure nothing's clipping, and then I'll usually just bring up the volume, kind of level it out. And I'll usually boost the higher frequencies and boost the mids a little bit, because like without it, this is what it sounds like without any of that. It sounds a lot like crispier when you. So that's a good trick for like how to make your shit sound crispier. So definitely use that. In terms of like leveling, if I could give you guys like a quick leveling tip, I'll be doing like more tutorials like on like specifically on like mixing and mastering and such. But usually, generally for a rule for myself, I usually have hi-hats hit. I mean, I don't even look at decibel. Usually it's just by ear, but somewhere between, like if you look at the knob between here and here, 808s usually, because I don't usually use kicks, are usually the highest thing in my mix. And then claps are usually, these are stacked, so I brought them down a little bit, but usually I have them like normal volume or like here. And then like perks and stuff are below, like kind of in this area, and like open hats and stuff. And then kicks are usually like normal, something like that. But that's just, and then melodies I usually have a lot quieter. And then because like I'm turning a lot of stuff down, then I'll bring up the gain after. And that usually helps me like get my shit sounding clean and like actually hitting hard, because the 808's the highest thing in the mix. So that's pretty much it for the G's instrumental. And then we got Cliff's XXX tag. And the Young Bands tag.
Akachi on the beat, little bitch.
And for that, I just have like a compressor, basic EQ, and then just like a delay here. So that's usually what I use on those, just to get them sounding nice. Because like the Bands tag is a voice memo. So like
Akachi on the beat, little bitch.
And then Cliff's. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much the G's instrumental. Make sure to subscribe to the page if you fuck with it. Definitely go listen to Tokyo's new music. And me and Joey got Wild West dropping on the 23rd, I think, of January. And then also on the 6th, if this is out before the 6th of January. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. If this is out before the 6th, make sure you go get John Wayne, and the John Wayne video will be out. That shit's going to be crazy. And make sure to let me know in the comments to what you guys want to hear next. I don't care. Like, literally just tell me what you guys want to hear. I'm going to keep posting beats, and I'm definitely going to keep doing beat breakdowns. So just let me know what you want to hear, and I'll do it for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and go check that Trap in Tokyo. Peace.
Look, 2 Gucci G's on my belt, what you mean, bro? Clue Klux, swear hey, these niggas say fiend, bro. Blue bucks, ice all on my shit like I ski, bro. Ooh, really walking niggas sweet, bro. L and the V on my bag, fuck you mean, bitch. Space